Hi, nerds. Welcome back to another, episode of Nerds at Night in this boring ass show. It's not getting any better. It's slid backwards. So angry. I am not joined by Nine yet because he's late. He's on CP time. But I am joined by my friend, Ben. Ben, introduce yourself to the peoples and who you're representing for me.
Ben Cordes representing Alcove, where you can find me. Don't do it later. We'll get there. But yeah, excited to talk about this very I don't even know what the word is. It's not entertaining. It's not terrible. This very mediocre Disney product.
I mean, there's really that says it. Say no more, fam, because Jesus. This episode ended up being, I think I was saying to you backstage, 21 minutes roughly between the little long title card that they love to do and then the end credits that are at least 15 minutes long, if not 20 every friggin' week. And I get that there's a lot of people that work on this and, a lot of cool things have gone into this show, but can you speed up the credits? Like, we can read faster.
Oh, we got to make sure that everyone has time to, not read any of these names. Yeah, I
Right?
don't
Yeah.
know. And to be fair, this last episode was a little bit entertaining. Maybe it's not totally fair to say the entire show, but this one was, the mirror concept of Saul and Chimere both kind of dealing with the very unsubtle sneaking about of May and Osha was
The world's least subtle twins.
What are we doing?
Force users. Yeah.
What are we doing? Although I will say, Unknown Planet, the 4 seasons on the Unknown Planet, I kind of want to check out that spa retreat. That was looking pretty sweet.
Right. It's beautiful. It looks a little cold, but it's always hard to tell when they find these cool locations.
Sure.
Because they're usually far on the other side of the world. But yeah, it's gorgeous. I like his little cave. I dig his digs.
And, well, there you go. Is Manny Jacinto there? Because that's another pro for wanting to visit, I think.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Thirst trap much, Disney? Jesus. We got
full body.
full on. She gave it like a little,
Yep.
Little up and down too.
Up and down. Yep.
The implied dick off screen. Gotta love that on a Disney program. And you know what? I kind of had to eat my words a little bit because I've been waiting for years for Disney to add some sort of sexuality to it, or just some, because it makes it a little bit more human sometimes. Yeah, no, I don't need that from Star Wars Disney. It was awkward. It was weird.
And is that really what's happening? There's like a budding sexual tension now, because we're blowing right past the fact that she's now, I think, switched her purpose or intention or her goals for the third time.
Right.
And now she's just, instead of, she was going to kill him, and now she's like, actually, he's kind of hot.
No.
Maybe
when he showed me those nips, I changed sides.
Maybe she's just that fickle. That's all it takes is some sit nips.
Are so mutable though, because like 1 minute they want this, and then the next minute they don't, and they've completely switched allegiances and motivations, and it's just pick a lane at this point. We got 2 episodes left. Pick one.
And their behavior's so similar that I don't feel that connected to either of them. When May is now in Osha's position, they're kind of still this amalgamation of, I get, maybe that's the whole point, the power of one, the power of two, the power of
now
many.
He's saying it.
She's right. Yeah.
All I want is the power of 2. Why? What a lame way to explain why Sith always come in pairs.
And well, don't the Jedi as well? Jedi Padawan,
right.
That relationship is kind of what's new about this? Where are we going here?
Right.
Is it the power of many? What is this? What is this power of many?
Ooh, I can't wait until the many show up next episode. Maybe Saul will finally tell that fucking story he's been holding off on for 6 episodes.
I
Every
guess
time he gets close, he's like, but I'll tell you next week. No
we
time like the present.
we had a taste of the power of many on the Sith side with Sidious raising up all the fleet of carrier or star destroyers that he somehow just had.
Right?
Is that the power of many? Is that what we're eventually going to get to? Is just a fleet of ships.
Rope some of those bugs into your fold there. The power of many. They carried him off. They can do it to the Jedi. Figure it out.
Power of many, wasn't it? Oh my goodness.
That was my worst nightmare. It's how it feels when you go outside and you hear the cicadas in the trees at night.
Here they come. Yeah. Oh, you're gonna eat. Yeah, one of them is gonna smack you in the face, if not carry you off into the trees to eat later.
Oh, yeah. I got smacked in the face earlier today. I didn't realize that they were up all day. Yeah, but I didn't think they flew.
Well, also it was like it was kind of like the mild inconvenience of him getting slapped in the face. The fact that he got taken off, he's slashing him apart. And I know we're on the last episode now, but still, I mean, where were the consequences of that in this episode? He was just.
He's fine.
He's fine.
He's fine. He's mildly inconvenienced.
He came back to Osha. He took her to his cave planet, and he's chilling it for 4 seasons in space. Awesome. Yeah,
he's kidnapped himself a girlfriend. It's wildly romantic, Disney. Thank you.
That was he was going to kill her too. What is happening?
Right, and then he sang her a lullaby, put her on the ship, and took her to the 4 seasons. I mean,
the 4 seasons. Jesus Christ.
Still kidnapping, but at least it's nice.
Yeah. Well, right. He offered
her dinner.
Polite kidnapping. Sure. Right. Sure. What do they call this? Gaslighting.
Right. It's one of those 1870s style romances. Bitch, you're mine now.
Maybe it's cold outside. It's in that.
Oh, I really
water.
Can't stay.
Yep.
Oh man. It is though. It's so confusing that May and Osha have chosen to sort of like it.
Yeah. And their personalities aren't distinct enough that when they it, you can kind of get behind their motivations. They feel so, and maybe the story's leaning into that they are at their essence still kind of the same kids that they were growing up, and they just had various people kind of brainwash or influence or whatever them and throughout their life. And I don't know. I'm kind of wondering, is this or is it really just going to be one of these where they swap in that and then, or are they both going to resolve?
It's the Parent Trap.
Yeah.
Except they both figured
what
it
happened
out.
At the end of that? I mean, they all got back together at the end of that. I don't see Chimere like marrying Saul in this story.
No, there we go. They reconcile. They get married.
Yeah.
No more Sith.
I actually wouldn't mind that entirely, but
yeah, I think
do
a
it, Disney.
Clever plot line.
Yeah, they're both equally measured. I mean, when we saw Saul going at Chimere, he, for the most part, held his own.
Yeah, he was whooping his ass for a minute, and then the Jedi get psyched out so friggin' easily. As soon as Sith even mention emotions and giving in, they're and then they don't fight as well. But I mean, the Sith really have a method going because they're so in tune with their own anger and internal turmoil that they're calm and they're funneling that anger out towards something constructive. Unlike the Jedi, A9. Nice.
I like that we got an explanation on Cortosis 9.
Ben Solo. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah, getting an explanation behind the helmet and or just the material for people who weren't willing to Google or haven't gone into the deep lore, myself included. That it's I don't hate that they showed it and then told about it later. But
I appreciate that. I want more lore. I want more explanation.
Yeah.
Give me even the most obvious of exposition at this point would not piss me off.
Sure. Show, don't tell.
Right. I'm surprised they didn't throw the dinner scene in of him cooking over some weird, like, dead robot. Just an open droid
Cooking
fire.
it?
Just cook. No, not cooking the droid. Just like using the droid's power
Okay, yeah,
source to
yeah, yeah.
roast those weird little, like, I don't know what they were. They were cute. That little family watching the sunset. Don't roast them. Never
Oh,
mind. Give it.
it's like the porgs when Chewie was going
Yeah.
to eat one of them, and then looked at him like, "Bro,
They did look so sad with
please
those
don't,
big eyes.
please, yeah, please don't." Um, it's speaking of cute little things, Basil is I guess he made himself useful. He kind of he
I
fought.
still don't know why he's there, but yeah, he really kind of fucked her up for a minute there, and then
Well, I think more mentally, she's like, "Whoa, what the hell is actually happening?" You're
right,
like, "Do
she
you want a
looks
treat?
so annoyed.
Do you want to? Yeah, you want a
Right,
treat?"
go get the stick.
Get this-
He's just was he biting her or just aggressively hugging her to death?
I think he was making his most aggressive, like Star Wars alien gibberish sounds, and that was that's like the attack, like you
That's
just
the
get like
attack. It
it's
looked
an
like
assault on
a
your
chihuahua
senses and an assault
humping her
on.
leg. It was an assault,
It
a
was
literal assault.
and on us for having to watch it also.
And then Pip, the little droid Walkman, shooting her in the eye with oil was probably the best part of this episode, to be honest. He nailed her.
And I like how that again, like just undoing the deaths that are supposed to have some emotional heft to them. He's the little droid Pip's just, he's fine. It was like,
He's
oh,
fine.
I love you, Pip. And then nope, he's good. No worries.
I think he's dark side though, because his little eyes went red when she reset him, factory reset.
Is that right? Oh my,
Yeah.
wow.
He
Okay.
had little bluish kind of, kind of like the light behind me eyes, and
That
then she reset it and those lights were like red.
that must have been one of those moments where I was taking a breath to just face
Right.
palm into the ground. uh
I don't know how I caught it, because if I've never zoned out during a TV show harder than this, then I haven't been watching this show, because good God, I could barely keep my concentration on it, and I watched it 3 times.
yeah, and there were moments
Right.
like when the Jedi and the Padawan got to the planet and they're kind of doing their investigative work, and she's giving him the what do you see? I got such Liz Danvers vibes from season 4 of True Detective, and it just
Yes.
immediately rubbed me the wrong way when she's like, ask the question and wrong question. And it's like Qui-Gon if he was, I don't know, just not an enjoyable person. I get
Right.
he was stoic, but I don't know, that exchange just kind of
He had a personality though. Like, and you could tell the other Jedi thought Qui-Gon was a loony bin, because he actually cared and thought about things other than the weird binary way that the Jedi focus and function.
sure.
Which is odd, because Yoda's kind of the head of the Jedi Order and has been for like 1,000 years. He's jovial and makes jokes and is like, what happened to the rest of them?
Well, for sure. I think more so when he got to his elderly phase, like supremely elderly phase of just like dying because Luke wouldn't shut the fuck up.
That is my favorite fucking meme. He just lays down.
Yeah, keep going, dude. I'm out.
That's how I feel with this show every time. I just want to like slowly just lay down and disappear like
Take
Yoda.
the
Like,
long nap, like go finish your training, Acolyte. I'm
right?
out.
Fuck the acolyte. Boring it is. Not better it will be.
There
Yeah.
the Jedi, the back, or not background, but secondary characters there's such an opportunity to just make a more rich world by making them interesting, or hiring people who are interested in making bold choices. And I don't know, it's that whip that she had was the saber whip was cool as hell, and I'm like, I don't care who you are, I just want to know more about this saber whip.
Right? I don't understand how it
And I
works.
want
And
to,
I love that. And I want to.
I want to care about all of it. I want to know who
Yeah.
the hell is this? Why does they have a saber whip? Where are they coming from? What's their vibe? But no, just that Liz Danvers energy of Meh.
Just marrying through the forest. Even
with dude who's given very descriptive, almost Sherlock Holmes-esque,
right.
observations about, oh, he's an erratic fighter. He was born on Tatooine, I think 20 years ago. He smells of green milk from the planet Luke was hiding out on. I don't know how he picked up on any. It was a bunch of bodies like scattered in the forest with lightsaber marks fucking everywhere.
She kind of didn't like verify if he was correct or not. And he was, but it's still funny to watch her go,
She has no idea. Actually, she's actually asking him, like, "Can you tell me? Because I really need to go back to the bosses with something good here."
Right. She turns around. She's got like a secret little like pad.
But no, she's
100% correct.
What do you see? That they were all killed by lightsabers. Okay, I mean that. I don't know, that doesn't
obvious.
And they're scanning the area for all of 2 seconds before he's like, they must be dead or escaped. Or no, I'm sorry, they're not dead, because they're not here in this small little area.
Right.
They must have escaped. Like, well, maybe, well, I don't know, try searching like a little bit wider of a
right. Walk
is it
a little bit more?
Is it the Force? Can you not feel them with the Force?
What is it, the Force?
Just wondering, like,
it's certainly not the writing.
What is allowing them? Sure, right, exactly. The story's got to move along, so they get there, they look around. Oh, okay, they draw their conclusions, and that's just on with the story. Get on with it.
Yeah, let's go back to the ship. You're done. That's all you needed to know
for 5 fucking minutes.
All right, sweet. If you'd have walked 4 feet that way, you would have discovered a bunch of shit.
Clues
that was left behind and dropped. You tripped over the black guy in the forest, and you're like, that's enough for me.
People are very quick to draw conclusions. I think Saul has now been the subject of like 2 people just deciding that, oh, maybe he betrayed all of his friends and is now the bad guy. I mean, right? Gather, just do a little bit of investigative work. Jesus.
Right, yeah. And they just sort of accept whatever reality they come up with instantly. Because the Jedi don't operate in a gray area, they don't have the imagination to think outside the box. Like, maybe it's more complicated than that.
Oh, I don't know if I can give them that much credit.
I'm trying
at least hard. Not this. At least I don't know, this particular group of Jedi, like we were saying before. What are their combat training seems very inefficient at actually preparing them for real combat. It's like, maybe it's more mental than physical, but they got out there and they just got fucking annihilated.
They did not know what to do.
And there were a lot of them.
Yeah.
There were many of them, and some of them were real. Jackie was a fucking badass. What's going on?
I mean, they're certainly better when we get to the timeline of the prequel movies. So maybe they learned from this experience that they got their asses kicked and started retraining and more training and better training, because holy shit, with those little smooth Tai Chi moves they're doing in the classroom are not getting it done.
This battle is in the ancient texts that that Luke had, and is like Luke, you could have read about this and maybe learned something, or anyone,
right? Yeah. Chapter 1, when the Jedi got their asses kicked.
I was gonna say chapter 1, fucking cortosis. Everybody put it on right now. Right. Everybody go find some.
Yeah. If you don't have some, you better go get some at the local Jedi store. When they're also like
50% off new Padawans.
Right? When you don't expand on your own lore that you've sort of started to try and weave, you leave these gaps that, yes, it's a fantasy show and all this shit is made up, but you leave such frustrating gaps for all of us to try and fill in, because they're loosely kind of following Legends and Knights of the Old Republic video games. Slightly, like you can feel it in there, but they just didn't know how to pull it forward. And yeah, I love those too. But they don't take the risks that those 2 properties took with that.
Yeah, well, introducing an idea and then having it pay off in some substantial way that's not just for the sake of the idea paying off, but because some character or some plot development or some situation arose that naturally drew that conclusion. And then it's a lot more satisfying because it's not happening for the sake of, oh, look, there's a whip lightsaber. It's like, oh, cool, there's a new person and they're inserting themselves in the narrative in an interesting way. Yeah, there's none of that in this show.
There's
There is no
none of that.
investment in storytelling so much as just kind of putting together these building blocks of some cool ideas and concepts, and like you're saying, some good lore, but it's not woven into anything more substantial. It very much is not the sum of its parts. It's just its parts.
Yeah, that is such a great way to put it. It is just a bunch of parts, and none of them come together. They don't fit right. So then we're just left with
that's it. Well, that's all for
traps.
It's just part. No, I mean, but it really is, and it.
Oh yeah, 1,000%, and it's
and I feel like for the first time, kind of the entire the whole anti-woke and the DEI crowd, they're both kind of meeting in the middle of like, we just actually all want a good story at this point. We'll kind of concede, not that the extremes aren't problematic, and certainly the anti-woke crowd having, you know, racist views for a character being cast that they don't agree with is fucking stupid.
Right. Yeah.
But there does seem to be a universal agreement around this series as far as it has lost the desire to, or Disney has lost the plot as far as a plot being the reason to tell a story. What is the story? Who are these people? Not what are the cool ideas and how can we kind of and I know everyone says Star Wars has always been this way, but how can we, you know, make action figures and how can we sell merchandise on this thing? Obviously Star Wars has always been that way, but George Lucas, he had some wild ideas where people were always telling him no, dude, like no, and now it's like the inverse. It's like, here, yeah, you got like 1-2 cool ideas, like here's a budget. It's that hello, this is Netflix, your greenlit energy.
Yeah. It is, and then we're gonna cancel you one season because we have nothing to tie it to. Yeah.
That's well. And does it have to be? I don't know, but it would feel good if that was done, you know, I don't know, subtly or at all. Just I don't know, weave it into, like you're saying, it's pulling lore and it's pulling the energy from Knights of the Old Republic and Legends. People love those stories. What is
people love Star Wars as a whole. They don't have to work as hard as they are to make something shitty. They could make something good and make more money, if not the same amount they're making now off of this stuff. Those action figures are going to sell themselves. If you had made this an excellent show, even the bad wigs, I'd have been like, I gotta have Saul, May, and the OSHA violations for sure, and definitely Chimera, but I don't because it sucks.
I would go see a concert if the band was Saul May and the OSHA violations. That sounds fucking awesome.
Right? Sounds more interesting than this
show. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. It's so bad. And like we all get it. It's supposed to make money. That's what this is for primarily. And we do a lot of comparisons just on this run that we've had for the Acolyte with Andor. But that's because Andor was phenomenal because the foundational layer was a good story, and then they put the Star Wars into it. And I think that's kind of how you have to do it. It's like having a really nice pita bread slice, and then you put all this stuff in it. But the pita's fine by itself. It's good. It's delicious. You eat it alone. But then you add stuff to it, and it gets even better.
And it was Dave Filoni, and that's a great... I'm hungry now. I swear my mind went straight to the kitchen, and now I can't even think of not Dave Filoni, but the other guy who did Mandalorian, who did Iron Man, who
Jon Favreau.
Yes, Favreau. I mean, his like you said, his having a vision and wanting to bring it to the universe was first and foremost. And then I remember people at the time saying, like, this is a Western. It's just a Western that happens to take place in the universe of Star Wars. And I don't know, a lot of people say, you know, like Captain America, Winter Soldier is like a crime spy thriller movie, and
Yeah.
people use these ways to describe popular franchises when they do something interesting. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's
It's
actually
not.
an exciting
Star
way
Wars,
to pull you out of this. Isn't just another Star Wars thing. It's like an exciting, fresh take on the formula or
Star Wars has always
the
been
universe.
a spy war. What was the? Oh, I had it and I lost it. Western soap opera. It's a
Yeah.
soap opera first and
Yeah.
foremost, and also kind of like a spy western, a space spy western, because Han Solo always had that quick draw. You know, it's just, and then of course a little bit of samurai stuff thrown in there with the Jedi and how they operate and
Laser
their
swords.
tenets. Yeah, well, just their whole way of doing their construction of their way of life.
Physical, mental.
Yeah, and they're leaning into that with this show, and I appreciate that, but they're not leaning in hard enough that it's apparent.
Well, they leaned in pretty hard in episode 3 with the coven and the I don't even think that could have been a great episode, but a lot of it was it felt very goofy and like rough draft type energy. Like they hadn't quite thought through how it was going to resonate, and the one in the ha ha, like that noise or whatever the hell that was. There's so much about that scene just kind of
that was perfect.
It just felt very slapstick. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned this episode feeling a little bit Benny Hill.
Yeah, it was. It was a little Benny Hill to me with that as Osha is trying to like corner Chimere. He's just taking a bath, so it's not that hard to go and corner his ass. And then it was literally. May, right? But it was more so it was friggin' May on that tiny little ship trying to chase around Saul and murder him without him knowing. Like she got close and then she'd stop.
I got the sense he kind of knew and was just letting her, kind of like what Chimere was doing, just kind of like go ahead and almost giving her space to reconsider.
Well, I think she kind of dug her own grave when she had a line kind of like, sometimes you don't see what's there because you don't want to. I think it clicked for him. He's like, oh, I want to see that you're Osha, but I know you're not.
And I think he kind of teased it out with, saying some things to her and her with him about like really, like vice versa with her saying to him, have you told me everything about what happened? And then, obviously we end with a gigantic speech about in the next episode, he's going to give her a speech, talking about talking. Yeah. I see even right there, I can't sustain like a minute and a half of saying anything good about this show without it leading into something else that's just like, but that I don't know, that ending with him just kind of it just feels like killing time. It feels, and it's starting to feel more than ever like this show really was intended to either be a tight woven movie or maybe a 3 or 4 episode series that they're like, oh, we've got enough good here, let's stretch it. And
right, it could have been an email too. Just a little newsletter. Hey, what if we did this? Absolutely not. Thanks, though.
Reply all. Everyone replies all. No.
No.
Exactly,
Season 2.
No.
When
do we have any news about that, by the way, happening?
Oh God, I hope not. You know what? I haven't been trying to trace it because I don't want to know. I just, why would you give this a second season? The ACOLYTE season 2.
There's no way. I can't imagine that they would want to continue. It's like the beatings will continue until morale improves. They're just going to continue their masochistic journey until
Disney has neither confirmed nor denied.
No way.
Showrunner Leslie Headland may have hinted at the existence of a second season when she revealed that a major plot point, the Sith Lord, has been reserved for season 2.
Well, wait, we got that. Oh, the Sith Lord, whoever Chimere's master is. Got it. Yeah, there's some rumors about a couple of people we've seen already, but I kind of don't know that. How do you feel about that? You think we've seen the person who, now that we've moved on from the Chimere mystery,
Right?
which
Yeah,
people
they're doing it
solved in
again.
like 5 minutes. Yeah, exactly. Who's the next shadow figure? God, it's the same thing over and over.
Right. I know they're gonna try and tie it back to the witches. I don't think they're all dead, but I definitely am hoping that they don't try and pull a Palpatine's hiding episode 1, 2, and 3. And it's been Saul this entire time, and then he's going to do that Palpatine laugh.
No. Oh my god! And then Saul and Chimere do get married. That actually would work
Right?
out for
Ooh,
that story.
yeah.
Man,
They're
Osha
just
get the parents back together.
hand in hand running across Mustafar. It's romantic.
Write that down, Leslie. Write this
Right,
down.
get on it.
We're totally God. We're making it worse.
Are we though?
I don't actually think so. No.
Can you make it worse?
I just don't. Yeah, right. Well, the goal, I guess, right, is mass appeal, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a watchable show. You can watch it.
Yeah,
It's a show that you can watch.
it's Star Wars. I'm gonna watch it.
That's true too. Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. There's gonna be things that I'll always enjoy about something that's Star Wars, and it's just because I like the world that they've created and the galaxies that they go and explore, and I like seeing the different creatures and humanoid people, and lightsabers are boss as fuck. I will always enjoy a lightsaber, but the rest of this dribble drabble that we're doing is unnecessary at best and shit at worst.
Yeah.
So
I'm with you on Star Wars. It reminds me of not well, pre JKR being just a gigantic piece of shit. Those Fantastic Beasts. Actually, she was probably well into being a piece of shit when those movies came out. I hadn't quite been exposed, I suppose, to how much of a piece. Anyways, those movies, I like you just said, I like being in the world. I like being in the universe. I like hanging out with these characters. Well, some of them, but more so just it's the magic of where the Force is and where the lightsabers are and where the the dead characters that you really like are or haven't been born yet or whatever. Yeah, you just want to spend time more in that space. Literally, that is fun, and it's peak fantasy escapism, or it was.
right, yeah. And the music's been decent. I'm not hating the sounds. Like the score is great.
No, listen, we're a little bit of this. We're this is like heightened for a little bit for entertainment. It's not the worst show in the world, but my God, it's so difficult again to kind of get through one without breathing a sigh of just like, what the fuck were they thinking right here?
Right.
Or did this, who is getting screen tests? You go.
I was just thinking about like the waste of time that the last 5 to 10 minutes of this episode was, and how it just
not the credits. The other 5 or 10 minutes.
Right, yeah. The credits are fabulous. It's the stupid breathing. How long was she breathing? Was that 5 minutes of just it's a helmet, you can breathe, so breathe. You're not Vader.
It was thank you. It was so that's such an iconic Star Wars thing to invoke too. I mean, for a very unearned, in my opinion at least, character who hasn't gone through anything to kind of carry the gravity or the gravitas of that breathing. I mean, you hear breathing in Star Wars, you think of one fucking thing. I mean,
right, Vader. Yeah, and it got very Vader when they kind of zoomed out and just showed her head in the helmet.
In the helmet too, right?
Into it. I'm like, I don't need to go back in. I've been in there, and I don't like it.
Yeah, that was very weird to do it twice. That was a very odd choice. Jesus, and then linger, like just linger in there. I didn't get that at all.
Hyperventilating.
Maybe cortosis gets you fucked up, and that's why she took it off for a second. Like, whoa, that was kind of awesome.
Is he in the room? Is he just in the corner, like deep breathing with her? Like
he's like, yeah, it's watching from the closet, like rubbing his hands together. The plan is coming along.
He's hiding behind that like hard bed in the corner. It's just so weird.
What else can cortosis do though? Because truly, I mean, if maybe it gets you hot, maybe it powers him up when he's got it on. He's like breathing in
It just
some.
kind of sounds like Magneto's helmet to me
I
again.
know it blocks, and that was an interesting thing to learn that it's not exactly mind reading, but there's something happening there with
Right, yeah.
and let you read my mind. No, sorry, the line reads as Chimera are a little
I mean, with all
extra.
the subtle hints they were trying to drop earlier in the show, I'm surprised he wasn't like, "Can you feel me? Can you feel me deep inside you and in your head?" It's like
Deep. Again, Disney, you're just like a shade away from HBO with this stuff. You
right
pan up with that camera shot of his foot, him on
when
at the Space Force seasons, and you're basically there.
she picked up that lightsaber, and he's like, "Yeah, how's it feel in your hand?"
I'm gonna watch episode 7 with a totally different mindset. I'm just be like typing
Right?
out like this. Okay, sexual innuendo.
Porno.
Yes. I you force pushed what now? Okay, all right.
He did what? To who?
Is this
It was very like innuendo filled. It was Bloodhound Gang all the way.
how does it feel in your hand?
Just like
You
he's
know,
like, "You want to turn it on, don't you?" And I was like, "Excuse me,
Oh, I was
we just met."
gonna go a different direction and pull up, the most infamous woman in America right now. Spit on that.
Give it the old hot
Like, yeah,
talk.
yeah. Feels like I
Yep,
want to
she
spit on
did.
this thing.
Right? She looked down and gave him that little like up and down,
You
and
gotta give him that hawk too and spit on that thing. You get me? You gotta give him that hawk.
You got to get him that. Is the best part of that
you
reading.
gotta give him
You
that.
got to give him that.
Gotta,
Got to give him that.
gotta. Or else, what are you doing with your life, May
And if you
or
pick up
Osha, whoever
a
this
saber,
is,
right, that belongs to a Sith, you gotta. I mean,
right?
and he even asked. He almost just indicated, it was almost consent that he's like, how does it feel? Like kind of, what do you want to do
Good,
now
right?
with that?
Like, oh, what? You're gonna use that lightsaber on me?
What was the point behind, like,
I
truly though, that line? Like, what? How does it feel? It's a fucking lightsaber. What do you mean? What?
it's probably heavy.
It feels like I could turn it on and try to kill you, but again, I'm changing my mind for the umpteenth time because I'm seeing a male figure that I find attractive or
Yeah,
disarming or
like we
truly
get
like
it. Everybody's thirsty.
I get that I'm imparting my own, mind in the gutter shit on this. What is actually Disney? What are they going for with
Right?
that? Are we supposed? It feels like they're trying to give us these cryptic, heavy, deep
Yeah.
lore lines that are supposed to like give us chills in our bones or evoke a sense of like, how badass or how fucking cool. How does it feel?
Yeah.
Oh, but no, it's
Yeah.
just I don't know.
Feels like power. She should have had a response because as lame sauce as that would have been, it would have made less of an awkward point to the scene if she'd have responded like, "No, I don't enjoy this at all. I just want to get off this planet," or something like that.
That's like a
Hey,
theme of this show is characters not talking to each other. Osha and May standing on two collapsing platforms and just kind of like staring at each other, maybe yelling each other's names, but not really
right?
saying what
Oh
they should
shit!
do or
Hey,
moving.
oh shit!
Saul in this staring at May towards the end and her asking him, "Hey, you can tell me everything," and him just kind of blankly staring, and then the lights flicker, and it's like, oh, I guess we have to stop having a conversation now. It's like
Right?
there's
Yeah.
such a like a an aversion to discourse between two
Talking.
characters that are on screen.
Yeah.
It's like
It's
sitcom style,
wait.
misunderstanding because
Yeah.
everyone's on this wrong page because no one will just say what the fuck's going on. This
It's
isn't Three's
giving.
Company.
It's giving airport where you can't really hear like
Yeah.
who's talking to you because you're trying to listen to the announcements. So you're like, wait, hold that thought.
Did I just miss
Oh
my flight?
shit, I missed my flight. Yeah.
Yeah. And Saul, God bless him. I don't care that I have to turn on subtitles. The fact that he
Hi Scott, welcome.
Scott, the fact that
Thanks for tuning in.
Saul or Lee Jung Jae learned English for this role is really fucking cool. And I
Yes.
almost like he almost gets a full pass for everything else. That's even the wig. I know it's not his choice, but can we talk about how I feel like the thing wants to fight? Like it's gonna eventually it's gonna be May's
Oh God,
wig
yeah.
versus
But
Saul's either
first,
hair or wig. I'm not sure which that is.
well, 9 was here, and then I saw him walk out of Frey
You walked off.
backstage. Just to catch up on some of these comments real quick before we get into that, I want to, because that shit sounds
We'll
deeper than this.
circle back.
Ooh,
Oh,
he
how
added
deep?
himself in. I
How
was getting
deep?
to it, nigga.
What's up, 9?
Hey,
What's
9,
going on,
welcome.
Ben? What's going on?
Good
man?
to see you.
Yeah, you guys haven't like met outside of the comments, so
No, we
Ben,
didn't get
No,
a
I
backstage
haven't.
moment. This is the live intro right now happening.
Yeah.
We're doing it live.
Nice to meet you. What's going on, homie? What's happening? Let's go.
4 point, yes.
You know who else is here? The number 1 solid. You're tapping it. Thank you.
Which part, though, the wig or the rest of them? Because there are very distinct aspects of that character, and those are it. It's the wig, and then
You're really hating on the wig?
Man, listen, I don't hate the wig. It just feels like separate from the rest of who he is and
I hate that.
his presence on screen. I'm actually not convinced it's a wig. I think it might be his hair just done to make him look like a baseball dad or something. I don't know.
They should have like done the lightsaber haircut with him then.
Right. Yeah.
He should have just been looking at me and just like, that's a good idea, actually. Let me.
That was convenient, and also, how has that never happened to any long-haired Jedi or Sith or long tendrilled or
That would be the only way I would ever cut my hair.
A little bit with did they do that in like the Rise of Skywalker, or am I just thinking of it like just like a little bit of it
got accidentally chopped? But was it herself? I mean, I can control my arms and legs, and I assume a Jedi and Sith can do the same, but you can't really control your hair.
Do some Medusa things.
But if they could, that should be cool. Free One said, "Can't wait to get the Lego set for this episode. I'll have lots of pieces that don't fit together."
Oh,
that's actually brilliant.
Perfectly said.
Yeah, good
job.
job.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
9, since you arrived late on CP time, you would have read this one from Othilius, our favorite hater.
It's like Shimon
nice.
Great in those Tyler Perry movies. It's that bad, guys. I think y'all just kind of hating a little bit. Is it that bad? It's not like Master Torbin's for sure.
Well, you know what? When I was watching earlier for the 3rd time, because it would not sink in because this episode was so goddamn boring. May, before she cut her hair, and even now, like Osha and May, they look like Rick James. You had to think about it.
Why are the shots being fired like this? This is crazy.
For me, it's the frontal shots when he's looking straight at the camera. You're right. From the side here, you can see, there's a little more detail. I can appreciate the craftsmanship.
Right? I don't know.
No, and you know what? It's not even. They're bold. It's not that they're bad. They're strong choices, and I guess this shot's not doing me any favors.
No
evidence in the other direction. Yeah, it's fine.
It's okay.
So dry.
It's all right. But yeah, Rick James is crazy. What
the Hey Basil, what did the 5 fingers in his face?
Slap.
What's up with Basil this episode too? Like, was he?
Yeah.
I don't understand Basil. But he did. He kind of went after her.
Yeah, he recognized that someone was up, but like, I'm surprised he didn't like just go up to Saul and be like, "Hey." Cool. This is weird, right? Like,
he attacked her with gibberish.
Sorry, Scott. I totally missed this. Scott Walker said, Star Wars has been going on for far too many years now. I think they should concentrate on Jurassic Park's off because they're running out of ideas to make Star Wars good today. Would you guys agree? Yeah, they're running low on ideas, but I don't think that they don't have a wealth of ideas to pull from. They just refuse to.
Right.
I can't concentrate when I see Rick James.
Yeah, it's not like a bankruptcy of intellectual property. It's a story. It's a lack of storytelling interest in telling. Yeah.
I agree.
Oh yeah, we're gonna make that a T-shirt. We're gonna put Rick James's face on Osha's body. Okay,
holy
that's
shit!
Where it's
a little bit better.
There we go. That's perfect.
This is one of those things I just instantly saw it. Wait, hold on. Where are we at?
We're at Jerry
talking-
Curls.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Basil, the standout of the episode, just
Best
kinda
character, best
pumping her leg to death.
best merchandise.
Oh, Harold Therius. So he's got. Okay, yeah. So just
Yeah.
straight
So
on.
yeah,
Back. Hey Basil, what did the five fingers say to this? Disney is evil. The Acolyte is just awful. I don't know if it's just awful. I think you're tripping a little bit by saying it's just awful.
Yeah,
It's just very middle of
What I
the
was
road. They
saying
have
earlier,
like,
like
this very interesting premise, but they're not taking it to the max. They're a little bit
Right.
scared. They're a little bit scared.
listen,
Oh,
we could
yeah.
sit here and talk about how average and how it's okay and how it's not that, but like you're gonna be bored to death. So we're gonna talk a little bit about the
Right.
stupid shit, and then once in a while apologize and say, hey, actually, it's like Saul's wig. Actually, you know what, 9, you got me. It's not terrible.
it's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible.
Yeah, it should be a lot better. How do you guys finish to make Jurassic Park better than the Star Wars? Because, like I said, they're running out of ideas, but Star Wars looks great these days. So how do you guys
Combine
Wait.
them.
better?
Jurassic Park in space.
I mean, they
Mr.
could have just
Dinosaur
never
Jedi.
finished.
They could have just done what they intended with Jurassic World and had dinosaurs in society, and that would have been a lot more interesting.
Did they not do that? I didn't watch the last movie.
It's a very brief situation, similar to what they set up.
It was stupid like this is.
uh,
Yeah, all these years with the same characters, but how are they going to do Willie? Are they going to make him as a real whale or a CGI whale? It was a real whale at first? Free
Hold
Willy?
on.
I've never seen Free Willy.
Yes,
little-
yeah. Most of it was a real whale, the first one, and then I think they figured out that it was filled with OSHA violations on set,
Yeah.
Then Blackfish came out.
and blackfish abusing
Yeah,
the
and they were
fuck out
like,
of those whales.
"Oops."
Did you see
Is there?
Comments is actually trying to get rid of OSHA. I was like, that
What?
is
Oh yeah,
hilarious.
I was
He
like,
takes
do it.
aim at OSHA. It's like, wait, hold on. Does he hate Star Wars too, or what? Eliminating OSHA.
Oh wow,
Like, wow. She's getting dragged from
that's the
screen.
Sith Lord. It's Chimere's master. Okay,
He does
That's
kind of look like
mystery
a
solved.
black Palpatine.
A little bit there, yeah. He does look like a Sith Lord a little bit. He might be actually a Sith Lord.
Right? I think he is.
I wouldn't put it past
we're
him.
talking about like season 2. I guess Leslie's withholding who Chimere's master is. So
Oh, really?
She's hinting around, even though Disney hasn't made an official announcement that there's going to be a season 2. She's like making the rounds, going,
do
"Yeah, there's more to tell."
Don't do that.
Stop.
So just like extend
Stop.
it to 13
Get help.
episodes, right?
Right. Yeah, like at least
1000%.
like, especially since it's like not that far away. Like I guess what it's 100 years, right?
It's like 100 something, yeah, maybe 100 years. I don't
They
remember.
should have made it like 300 years or something. Just
Right.
make it so it's like not too close. Because I feel like 100 years is a little bit too close, even.
Well, is the end of this going to do one of those manipulative kind of?
Oh, it's approximately
linking it-
100 years before Phantom Menace.
So some character at the end of this is going to turn out to be someone's aunt or uncle of someone in Phantom Menace, and
Right.
it's going to
Yeah.
like manufacture interest in the season 2 and bring everyone back to be disappointed again. I don't know.
Okay.
Darth Maul being born. You're like,
Right.
I didn't need to see that. But thanks.
Oh my God! Could you imagine? There are
Thanks
people
for the
who think that the
nightmares.
Sith Lord is the horned headed chick from episode 3 who stopped him in the woods and it's like, why are you out here? There are a handful of theories that
at this point it could be Mr. Potato Head at this because it's not even drawing towards a satisfying conclusion. It's just sort of like meandering towards the end.
it does feel very predictable. Yeah,
You're killing it.
nice. That's a much better activity.
Right? Something breezy.
Inspired me to
Become a woman with a nose
amazing.
ring.
You're the fiend.
Why kayaking specifically?
It's very
Follow up on that. I need to
relaxed.
follow up on that one. No, I'm just curious. Yeah, that's just so specific. It's a
Oh,
choice.
that fight scene was awesome in the last episode. More
Yeah.
Which one?
the big Jedi chimera fight.
Yeah.
Oh, in the
That was-
previous episode. Okay,
yeah, in the
I was
previous
like, we
episode.
didn't get
Nothing in
any.
this.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah, I was like,
hell.
what did I fall
Yeah.
asleep for in this?
I mean, Pip and Basil were giving her what for half a second.
Yeah, like I
There
never
was
ending assault
one,
of Disney.
The
Little-
worst injury May's gotten so far is getting shot in the eye with hot oil.
and gibberished at by a small alien.
you guys already talked about this right here. This little
Oh yes,
what?
that was pretty cool.
Shrink.
And it's
Awesome
purple.
and totally undone by, well, at least for me, I just found that character totally obnoxious.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
she's
don't
very-
know what her thing is.
Right. I didn't get. Yeah, I don't need more flavor. I need more of a sample.
Mhm.
Right.
Bring her back
Yeah.
though. I'm curious. I want to know about that whip. What's going on? Is that the only
Right.
person? Is this like unique to her? Is it a technique that anyone can kind of do and just
Right? Is it
haven't?
because she's a lizard.
Right.
That's not racially motivated. She's whooping feet.
Right.
There's the live action Jurassic Park team. You love Jurassic Park. What's going on here? Series
Right?
with all the characters from the previous films or not? Do you think they'll be interested in it? I just don't think that,
No.
anybody is really concerned about Jurassic Park. If they're going to do a new one, I think it should just be another like scary Jurassic Park. Like make it
They
like
should go
make
full
dinosaur
forward,
scary
yeah.
again. Yeah.
Go closer to the books because the books, good God. It's
They didn't
like,
even in the first movie. They didn't even get to the fucking dinosaur. I was scared to death by him clacking that raptor claw on the table. Like,
Yeah.
that was horrifying.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
think
actually
some
have
of-
a replica from that movie of that claw. It's like they took a mold, obviously, and then printed them, and you can buy them on the internet because I'm that kind of person.
link in the comments. Link in the
link in bio.
in the description. Yeah.
It's out of control.
It's an OnlyFans, but I just tell you links for nerd shit. You can find it at this website.
Only
My
fans
friends-
of nerd shit. Yeah.
Yeah. And what else you said to be or not to be? Wow.
Wow. And when she's
Killing me.
when she completed the Kobayashi Maru,
He's killing me. Or they're killing me. I don't
when
know.
Osha did the
Is it-
Kessel
The
Run in
Kessel
8 parsecs. Holy shit! Just
What?
great.
You can't live through
If
that.
I finish, you guys, if I finish, you guys, I was saying to have a black actor being Ghostface in a future Scream movie. I am very sorry. Huh? I have
I wonder.
like,
Scott,
wait,
are
this
you
right here.
AI?
What do you guys
Are
think
you
of the
serious,
idea of
man?
having a black actor being Ghostface? And I missed that comment. Ghostface in a
Oh.
future Scream movie one day. Would it be offensive, or do you think it'll be a good idea? Okay. Ben? Would you feel offended by that?
I gotta see that comment again because Kirsten just pointed out. She goes, at the same time as I almost said, "Are you an AI?" I almost said the same fucking thing. This
Yeah.
is difficult, and if you're not, I apologize, but I'm just having trouble deciphering. So give me a moment to translate. What do you guys think of the idea of having a black? Oh, okay, yeah. Send that to me to answer. Great. I don't care. I think as long as Ghostface is Ghostface and
They were
is
gonna for the second
mysterious figure that gets revealed in the final act. Who gives a shit? It could be fucking Basil the Tin and Tracker for all I care.
movie.
That'd be a real shock, actually. Have someone who's not of the same height, like have him on stilts at the end of the movie. Have Tyrion or fuck, what's his name? Shit.
Peter Dinklage.
Thank you, Peter
As
Dinklage. Have him
Ghostface.
as Ghostface.
Little Ghostface. That'd be great. He'd be killing people though. He's He's a phenomenal physical actor for having a shortened stature. Like he's just
Oh my
good
God.
at what he does.
And the fact he was the biggest character in Avengers Infinity War, which was genius. That was great. But no, seriously, his presence, that performance actually in Infinity War matches his screen presence. He's huge on screen. He is.
Give him more roles. He's one of those ones. Why am I not seeing Peter Dinklage in a bunch of shit post Game of Thrones?
I like him popping up, but yeah, more substantial. Give him more than just in X-Men. General, what's his name?
Put him in Star Wars. We need to spicing it up with somebody who's actually good at this.
I don't know if
I don't know if any of these people are.
He'd need a substantial role to come to this steaming pile.
Yeah. I'd rather see him as a Sith than a Jedi, though, because I think he could chew on that complicated,
Yeah, we've seen him in a villainous General Track. Is it Track in X-Men? That's kind of a villainous role, but he's almost like politically villainous.
Right, yeah.
Like just kind of like Game of Thrones.
Be a great evil senator.
Yeah, let's get him in a role where he can chew on some scenery and do like what Chris Hemsworth just did in Mad Max Furiosa.
Right.
Over the top, like going for it. Just
I was blown away that he took that many chances with that role and it actually paid off.
Right, yeah. Let's get the Dink Man on something like that. Is that a nickname for him? The Dink? That sounds fucking horrible.
Everyone, you're killing it in the comments tonight.
To be called the Dink Man.
Next episode is a cameo by Joe Biden. We beat Medicare. And
I like how Nine popped in just to solve the mystery of who Chimere's master is.
Right? Yeah.
Defeated Osha, and then.
He's still backstage.
Damn,
so
why does? No, I'm joking. I know. Damn, why does Osha fuck with the Jedi? That's the thing. The Jedi are been proven in a lot of recent Star Wars media to be kind of problematic, or at least conflicting in terms of their tenets and their ways.
Yeah. Stop sending your children to this academy. It's not.
It's not working out.
Very, very much re-education facility.
We got about 20 people watching across all platforms. Hit that like button, you motherfuckers. Listen, but yeah, this Joe Biden one that actually had me like because he just got like unilateral powers. Like he could actually become, Dark Brandon for real if he wanted to. Darth Brandon.
Right? I think he fucking should. Why wouldn't you? I would have put in place day one that they said I had that kind of power. Free and universal health care, free schools. I'd have gone buck wild. I'm relieving debt for everybody. Crazy shit.
I saw subsidized ice cream as
oh yeah. Yeah, free aviators and subsidized ice cream.
There you go, free aviators.
Check out this malarkey, Jack.
Oh my god, yes. Or at the very least, $1,000 for everyone, so we can all have a nice little steak dinner somewhere fancy and forget that America is sucking ass right now.
Mm-hmm. Can the dinner be at the Four Seasons in space on quote unquote unknown planet at the beginning of the episode? Because I really
and then everybody's getting naked in the pool with cameras. It's a Star Wars party.
Oh shit! I bet she's hiding something under there too. I bet you got some.
She got them.
I bet she got 3. I bet she got like the Total Recall boobies.
She got 3.
Yeah, she got 3.
third nip.
Did you guys already talk about like this full episode already?
Yeah, pretty much.
We jumped around.
Kind of jumping, yeah, because it's got nothing to it.
And it seemed like Kirsten pointed out, it seemed shorter than usual just because of the amount of going from here to there. Yeah,
like 20 minutes is stupid.
Right, 20 minutes. Yeah.
It felt like a previously on.
Right.
This scene drove me nuts because he's talking to her about how he's about to talk to her. Just start telling the story.
Yeah.
Just start explaining what the hell's going on and what actually happened. I mean, he's not a bad guy too. Why is he giving her the bad guy speech of like, I'm gonna tell
I think
you my whole evil plan? Is he a bad guy?
Yeah. I think he did some
I
bad
think he's a
shit.
regrettable.
Yeah,
I think he's got a
very
regrettable
weird.
past, but I don't think he's a bad dude. He seems to be very, morally aligned in his current, situation at least.
He's battling some demons for sure.
Absolutely, he's got some secrets. Some
well, they like
in the
tried to
closet.
radio in at one point, like a little bit before this scene. He was like, "Click." Like, don't turn it off, Saul. Don't turn off your location. Click.
Well, I think he thinks he's doing the altruistic thing by saving her, not turning her over, because there's like a complex history with these two kids, and I guess like this is weird what he says too about how I've been waiting to tell you or thinking about it. Like, what would you wait to think about a child that vanished?
Right.
And why was such a sinister tone of like, I've been fuck you up with some truth, child. What?
And she knows. This is like what bothers me is because if anyone doesn't know, I feel like it's Osha. So like
she doesn't, right?
What gaps are like, because May seems to have like found something out, like knows the real truth about what went on back then. So like, is he just going to be filling in some gaps about what happened? Or but yeah, I feel like if it was May in this situation, it would be a lot different.
Is she maybe also trying to get him to confess so that she can flip the script and say, yeah, you're no different than me. You're, why are you're not cut from any different cloth. You're an asshole.
She's got the Walkman on record mode right now. She's like, gotcha, bitch.
Sending this to the Senate.
Well, because I was gonna say, like, even if he admits to everything and he's like, I'll turn myself in for having, done this, that, or the other, she still killed 3 people. So jail time would still be imminent, but maybe less time served.
Right.
For being a murderer because you had good motivations. I don't know how that would work in the Star Wars universe. Really, I'm not even totally 100% sure how it works in this real one, but I'm just assuming she'd still have some prison time on her hands because she killed 3 people.
Which doesn't feel like that's how they're going to end this, by throwing her in space jail. So how are they going to resolve that character arc?
Killer. You guys talk about like, what did Jason mean when he told May that like Saul is like using her power to the Force?
Oh, that was an interest. Thank you. I almost forgot about that, and it was actually in my friggin' notes. Yeah, that was.
Are they imbued with some extra force by that ritual that happened when they were, some summoning of extra when she held the ball and put it in there? There's something maybe people can leach off of or feed off of that's more substantial.
Well, that's why I'm like, how does it make sense? Because she didn't get May's little
right.
I almost think it unlocked their full Force potential because they are the Force. They don't really exist outside of the Force because they were artificially. No, I almost said Force inseminated, but they wanted that shit. But the Force wasn't. It's
like IVF, but for Force.
She IVF'd the Force, and then the other one was like, "Nah, I'll carry it." Which, okay, that happens every day. Sure, sweet, I'm in. But also explain a little bit more. Are these real girls, or are they just the Force?
Yeah,
let's get there.
And is this just following up on the precedent set with Anakin's mom? Is that just, are we just kind of, or is there much more with the, the midichlorian ball or whatever she put in them in addition to them being Force babies?
Let's see
strength from the Force is very powerful.
You think that's his strength? That's your strength in the Force, Osha.
Yeah, that's vague as hell.
What does that mean?
I guess it could mean, she's a inspiring figure to be around Force-wise, but I don't think that's stupid, right? I mean, that feels like surface level, the kind of metaphor he's using. Like, you're powerful, and so therefore, because you know.
It's feeling a little like, hey, Chelsea, we miss you.
Chelsea.
You're missing the arm show, the gun show.
Yeah. Whole almost full body shot, but please.
She's on
There
it.
it is.
She's on it.
Yep.
And everything else.
Yeah, mean. Exactly, Michael. And also, thank you very much for joining us.
Well, what do
Even
you-
though
what do
you're
you
late,
guys-
I'm
Yeah,
late
thank
also,
you.
so
Welcome.
whatever.
I feel like I gave the stupid answer. What do you guys think? Or at least the bad writing answer. Oh, you're strong because, or he's strong because you guys hang out.
Well, what is it? A
I mean,
fucking
what?
focus effect. He's just
What the fuck?
getting her essence.
Yeah.
Is he a succubus and we didn't know it? Like, how does that work? Because once she left the Jedi Order, could he continue to, or did he siphon all her power out, and that's why he kicked her out?
Siphoning, that's the word though, right? Is that
Yeah.
what's happening? He's like actively leeching off of her and
Tapped it like a tree.
right,
Yeah.
stuck in the midichlorian juice.
It's all got a weird case, man.
Oh shit! Osha's about to be sucking some midichlorian juice. Ayo, she can't help herself. Mans is out. She's like, yeah, you can lotion my scar later on my back.
Right. I guess. Yeah. So, and he also says like, oh, it was a long, long time ago. So like, has he figured out like the whole Plagueis thing where it's like,
Oh, where he's immortal?
I can be immortal if I need to be.
He might have figured out how to extend his life, but maybe not immortality quite yet. I think it takes them years of study to get that shit.
Yeah. Because she was like, oh, I never heard of you. And I thought they were relatively the same age. Like
right.
Maybe he's just got like a few years on her, but it seems like he was talking about like, oh, this was lifetimes ago when he said
right.
That.
Yeah.
Has that been established? That a Force user, Jedi, or Sith can live for, obviously we have Sidious, but he looked fucking hideous.
Yeah, that's one of the prime reasons that Yoda lived so friggin'
But
long.
again, you've got
they're long lived, but it's the Force inside of them.
And I get, Yoda was what, 900 or something. So like, he might have been two or 300 years old when he was in peak condition. So I guess maybe he is hundreds of years old.
Could be.
Could be.
I don't know. But how do you achieve that without becoming a crusty old bitch like Palpatine?
Well, I think
he got there and ruined everything about his face.
It might just be like Invincible, the shit, I'm blanking. Where it's slower process. Takes longer.
Yeah,
he might be in his 30s, but it's his 300s instead of
Yeah,
right,
that makes sense. So how old? Yeah, we really don't know. Michael says, how old do y'all think Khmer is?
Well,
you think that he swims with it, has back to tank like effects? Yeah, and back to water has to come from somewhere, right?
Right.
So,
well, I pointed out earlier that in the middle of the room of the place that he lives in, I'm assuming that's his pad and has been for a while, there's like a hole, like a little hot tub he built and some wiring going into it and what looks like, almost like a computer station. Is that a makeshift back to tank? Can you just make your own? Can you get that shit off Amazon and just put it together?
Those villas that are right over the water, you just kind of plop down from your bed, heal up, go kill some more Jedi.
In Chicago.
Yeah.
Have
a little swim.
It would be interesting if that was what they're going for and didn't mention it at all. Or if they, unless they're going to, and have that be a next episode thing. But that feels like a missed opportunity too. If it's not a back to pool.
Right, or if this does have healing properties, wouldn't you have slipped Osha in it because she has quite the little cut on her? That's kind of rude. Like you can't have a back to tank in the middle of your floor and not offer it.
And
what are you doing with it?
And what was he healing? Because he had these huge scars on his back, and he didn't
probably his mind.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Honestly, I think he was just fucking dirty after getting off that forest planet because he was rolling in that mud.
Yeah, with the back to tank, that's what you have me thinking differently. But that was my first instinct. Is he's just cooling off after a long day of killing Jedi and needs to, ease his mind.
Right. He put on his little cream-colored home robe. Yes. I'm now going to turn in. Would you like some
his
tea?
Sith Camino.
Right. Like, damn, Grandma, you going to make her dinner now? Or what?
So
Yeah,
that's
offered it, and then
Galactic
I'm
mighty.
Cribs.
Galactic TV Cribs is crazy. Over here is
Yeah,
like
his
some
little
back
Sith
to tank.
I want to go. I mean, I want to know. Yeah, what are we looking at? What's the cost of living over there? What do you have to pay for this pad? That's a sweet
Fucking
spot.
free because nobody else lives there but those.
I guess. Yeah, unknown planet.
Right?
You gotta.
It does have teeth. That's so weird.
Oh, weird.
It just.
Yeah, it looks like
yeah,
the aliens' weird metallic-looking teeth, the xenomorphs.
Yeah. I think it's a really cool design for a helmet.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
And I was wondering how he sees out of that thing, and he's like, I don't. I don't actually. That's
I know. Yeah, that was weird. Like when she's inside the helmet, I was expecting to I thought she had her eyes closed because she was freaked out. No, that's just his field of vision and her field of vision.
That's all I could think about is this is awful.
So wait, how many? We get 8 episodes. It's going to be 8 episodes.
See.
8.
Do you think it's going to be a flashback next week?
Absolutely.
Oh God, yeah. There's going to be multiple.
Dude,
filling those gaps. This helmet I heard a cool thing about this helmet that each strike is like almost a notch in the long laundry list of Jedi that he's murdered.
Yeah.
Which is
it's gotta be.
That's
fucking cool. Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously he's been hit a lot, but it seems like he uses it intentionally at least once with each Jedi, or attempts to, as if to make sure, okay, got you, you're fucking done.
Yeah. He's got like a whole refurb process too.
Right.
So.
Right. Well, because we see in the last episode that he's totally figured out that because the Jedi are so repressed that if they don't have their lightsaber when they need it, they don't know what to do. When he headbutted those two and they just looked at it and looked at each other like, what do we do now?
Yeah. Saul was the only one.
Force.
Saul was the only one who just went full, just Jackie Chan or Bruce
and then
Lee.
Yord. He caught Yord slipping just because he was like, I don't need a lightsaber. I'll just fucking take you to the chiropractor real quick.
Let me work a few things out for you.
Right.
That was so brutal. I thought he might have.
Oh God!
Have you seen those videos?
It's so bad. I'll never go to the chiropractor.
Collapsing. When they're just throwing the skeleton.
Yeah,
around.
Exactly. Breaking it in fucking half. Yeah.
No thanks. I don't. I will just take the lower back pain.
1, 2, and spinal crush.
Stevie Wonder helmet is crazy. Also, where he lived, there was cortosis deposits that could affect the water in that area. Yeah, I was wondering, like, if it's like.
Thank you, Michael.
Because from what my understanding, I think Chelsea told us about it, and then I looked into like where you get it, and apparently there was a great effort by the Jedi to try to fucking maybe? No, like I guess mine it, try to take it all, but also like just burn all of that.
Oh, so it's kind of like vibranium. They'd be trying to get that
vibranium.
Shit.
Yeah,
like it's so dangerous to their whole thing.
The Jedi just invading Africa again, trying.
And it's like if someone else can control that shit, they're fucked. So imagine an army of cortosis armored soldiers against the Jedi.
Oh yeah, that's
useless.
I want to see it.
That'd be crazy.
Right?
Ooh,
kill them all.
That would be interesting. Maybe Thrawn. with
well, how old is Thrawn? Wouldn't be in this, would he? How old is Thrawn?
No, but like I think but I think Vader is the one that went on the tirade to like shut all that shit down. So like that shit has been out there. It's just that not, everyone's had it.
Right. Yeah.
Everyone who wants to control it is just like, I got to make sure no one can if I can't.
Right. Yeah. Disney need to stop with these 8-episode half-hour shows. Yep. By the time they get anywhere, they pretty much wrapped up completely.
This was a 4 to 5.
Frustrating.
A good BBC show, 3 episodes.
Right. Yeah.
And that's why I liked Andor so much, because it just they finished.
It flowed. They finished a thought.
They finished it all. like, even if there was no Andor season 2 coming, it's a resolution to that
was a
story.
finished
We know
thought.
where it's going to go. And I'm just glad that they're doing a season 2, but it really it was done. It was done. But Jesus.
Yeah. No, this feels very much like not fun edging.
Yeah.
Star Wars is like,
Yeah.
No, sorry. Next week.
Like, you're just wasting our time at this point.
It's littered with so many cool concepts, though, that I hope some of this lives on past this show in terms of lore and
Yep.
It's not a total loss.
The edging will continue.
Galactic.
Wait
edging.
a minute, it is racial because why did the purple lightsaber have to be a whip this time around instead of just regular ass like Samuel L. Jackson had?
That's funny. I was going to mention earlier, it did have the uniqueness of it's the only saber with properties that defy all of the others.
Yeah,
but that was Sam Jackson who demanded that, right? He was like, I'll be in it, but I want a purple fucking saber.
But now it's canon, so anybody can have a purple lightsaber. Shit.
Right.
They've been waiting to try and pull it back out, and they're like, oh shit, we killed the black man. It's gonna have to be her.
What's going on with her kyber crystal that it can bend in this?
Yeah. Why is it limp?
Why did you want it to take?
More innuendo from Disney Star Wars. Yeah.
Right. Take any form you want, and they just all choose the sword.
She didn't spit on that.
She's just jumping rope with it.
She didn't spit on that thing.
Oh, yeah, now I have to do it.
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk to and spit on.
Amazing how much that will just weave its way in a conversation naturally. That's twice.
We're in an interview or whatever. It's the first time she's been out and about. Baron got a whole management team now, and
good for her. Hey,
I'm like, what are you gonna do? What do you
make your money, boo boo? Make it.
It's got to be porn, right? Because what else are you going to do?
She's gonna have interactive sex lessons on YouTube where she both describes and performs acts with visceral detail.
I love that you assume she has no other skill sets.
No, well,
she was interviewing. She's like, "Oh yeah, I worked out at a fucking installation factory or whatever."
Oh well, then never mind.
I'm just saying, it's maybe she's just incredibly more charismatic than I'm thinking she is. But
my thing is lean in.
Have any,
people are responding to this energy.
I don't
go.
Brittany Broski's still going hard, and she was just all her meme was. So hey, let it ride.
That's true, but she kind of just started making videos by her own volition and everything. She didn't just start off with a management team after making that name.
Listen, Nine. We know why she's got that shit. Okay, she's a little white girl.
Everyone's coming up you're gonna do what now? Is this Mike?
Yeah. Well, what's your next move here?
Is this a preview of something later on? But also, yeah, I don't know. That's legendary.
Yeah, that's the first thought because that's the fucking meme. You know what I mean? Why would?
Yes, Ophelia, let the hate flow through you.
I'm not thinking that she's going to be doing stand up or something, or she's what is the thing other than
people are also approaching her for this, right? That's the culture we live in. It's people are descending on her oh my god, we can make money off of whatever you just did is getting so many hits on our platforms. How the fuck can we advertise on whatever brand this is?
Right? Yeah.
Ends very bad.
We're gonna see
because
fucking
this is already old.
That's true. Yeah,
But these companies, you're right, Ben. These companies will milk it. We'll see fucking Spirit Halloween will be yeah, come in here and get the hot tool.
Yeah.
For your costume.
Yeah.
Already getting
the hot tool from Chili's.
Yeah.
It's wow.
Yeah. Bring your family.
Bring your family to get the hot tool special.
Family size hot tool.
The 20 for 2 hot tool special.
Oh my god.
Oh man, over here at Chili's, we have a special sauce that we'll just hot tub. right onto your plate.
Yeah, it's like, hold on, what is your thing? Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm just not sure.
There's got to be at least one person in the chat right now. It's like, fuck yeah, I'd eat at that restaurant.
I mean, listen, it's
She
hard
did
pressed,
talk about,
especially when
like,
you're traveling, to not eat at a Chili's
I'm
if you have
talking
no
about-
other choice. Like, they could hot tour, and I'd be like, oh, cool, thanks, wonderful.
people were mad because, like, part of the interview, which I thought was funny, is just like the girl that was interviewing her host or whatever was like, "Oh, you're much more than the Hawk Tua girl," but then like made the whole interview about like Hawk Tua, like, you know, because there's nothing really else to talk about. But then like did like a smash or pass like Hawk Tua or no Hawk Tua, and I guess people were mad because it was like Donald Trump, and she was like, "No, fucking God, no."
Yeah, I mean, it's not. It's
Give
just
him the
straight.
high
like,
ya.
Wow, why? Like, oh, I don't know why she got like
Hold up.
hate from that from the Republicans. It's like, wow, you're not going to give
Oh, I
God
saw
Emperor
that.
Trump Hawk Tua?
Oh my god!
You wouldn't spit on that dick? No. Okay.
Not even if he grabs you by the pussy.
Right.
Uh,
Oh,
I don't
God.
know, but yeah, cool mask.
Please vote. Vote this ball, you idiot. Jesus.
Strange way to. She does look like a little kid wearing that mask.
Yeah,
like
she
when
does. She was like she
I
put
like
on her
the-
dad's
Darth Vader mask.
weird helmet. Yeah.
It was just like this interesting way to end the episode too. I was like,
and Kirsten pointed out, why did she put the helmet on a second time? It not only just took away from the first time it happened, but it drew it out in like a what are we supposed to be thinking or feeling here? It's just like an extended cut of how hard it is to see out of this fucking thing.
Right. But why heavy breathing? Like, girl, just breathe.
I didn't know she put it on twice. When she put it on.
And it could have
Yeah.
come out of the helmet, and then she put it on a second time, and we got the view from the side again.
I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, we
I
can.
guess.
We can probably just play like
Whatever.
10
Right there, yeah. From
Yeah.
there,
Oh,
pretty
wait,
sure
she-
she. Yep.
It looked like an even more narrow Iron Man
Oh,
helmet.
not quite. Right? Yeah. I can't see fucking shit out of this thing. Okay, so yeah, no, it cuts out. That's what it is. It's not that she puts it on twice. It cuts out from the for the external shot, and then it cuts
Still
back
unnecessary.
into her vision. Well, it just it's a weird choice.
Yeah, that's a really weird editing.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that.
Decision. That's interesting.
Absolutely no.
It's
Enough
like
of that.
be very impressed with how many people dude killed with this as his vision.
Right.
Mhm.
I hope he didn't make her like a small one and he presents it to her next week. Like, oh, I thought you'd enjoy it. So
I made you your very own.
let this helmet be cool. Do not put
Let-
it on Osha. Okay. Coolness will go right down.
Let this just turn into a romantic comedy, and
Mm.
they're
They're just button heads.
Those are-
Little. He's a Sith Lord. She's a failed Jedi. It's house hunters.
literally butting heads.
Osha is a ship mechanic. Chimere is a Sith Lord. Can they afford a luxury townhouse on the beach on unknown planet? Put it in the house.
Hell no.
Fuck.
Who the fuck could? I swear. You paid premium for that spot.
She's got the I don't know. She could probably just extort the Jedi for some credits.
Right? Yeah. I mean, it'd be
Yeah.
very easy to because they can't stop fucking up.
Yeah, I won this lawsuit. I bet
Yeah.
but the fucking lawsuits against the Jedis are crazy.
Don't open the broom closets at the Jedi Temple because all the skeletons be tumbling out of that shit. Like, oh fuck! Shut the door. I don't know who that was.
Where does this go from here? The one thing I will say is I've lost my ability to kind of predict.
Straight downhill.
Well, we just have to figure out what. So I predicted like Saul telling, what happened with
Yeah.
I have a
everything.
fucking
Yeah.
And
hope.
then
Finally.
one or two, Osha or May. She may have like a forced dream because she has the deprivation tank on her head, and like she's going to be revealed the truth as like Saul is telling May the truth, and then I think maybe that could be when the flip happens, where it's like, oh, I want to save my sister from the dark side, because I just
What
went
if
down that road, and Osha's
What if
like,
because they're the
fuck
power
everything.
too, they can flip back and forth? What if they can go in each other's bodies?
Ooh, kinky.
That's too good, right?
There's something about the symbol that it's not been revealed what the meaning behind. Or like what the I guess
I mean,
what
everybody
powers
has
are
that.
imbued or
Everybody has one tattoo they regret. Like,
birthmark.
But I mean, yeah, Kalnaka was like going crazy in his little forest sanctuary because he was like just writing the symbol all over the walls like it was from
Right.
Silence of the Lambs type shit or whatever.
It does seem like they summoned a midichlorian ball of just a big like Goku doing the I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say the great spirit bomb, but
Spirit bomb. Oh,
same concept, gathering energy and dispersing or using it. But I mean, that'd be interesting. I'm just wondering, is the show gonna wrap up with Osha and May both kind of realizing, oh, we have both been manipulated and brainwashed by just people, and even whether it's good or bad, like fuck all this, and like why don't we just go back to being sisters and figure out our own way forward in the galaxy, or go back home to what. Didn't they get younglinged though? Younglinged? Didn't they get wiped out? The whole community got decimated.
I mean, they were like definitely grown women.
Start a new one.
I mean, like what Anakin did to the younglings.
Right.
Yeah. No, totally. But I mean, they could go and start their own little commune up again.
Yeah. Did they like?
None of those women were related.
Right. Episode 7 is going to be part 2 of episode 3. Right. Just more of that. What happened then, and like what happened after the aftermath of when May fell, and
well, because so far everyone on the show is an unreliable narrator. They're all spinning their own version of events.
That's
and
true.
none of it's come together to get us the truth yet. And it's stupid because it's not like we're watching a documentary. So you could at any point let us in on the secret and not let the characters
We're getting majorly Tarantino'd. 24 hours earlier.
So wait, where are we?
Same key of
this thing.
Which is fine in small doses.
Yeah, it's just that these cowards are just
these cowards.
These fucking cowards just. I know they're not going to make these episodes an hour piece each.
No.
And then we know that if they're hinting at season 2, then this is going to just be unsatisfying as fuck because that's what they do with every other one, which is like, okay.
I hate it.
Well, how do you guys feel about episodic in general? About how it's given fed to us weekly instead of just dumping it all at once?
It, but like they're not. They're taking these movie concepts and then putting them episodically. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Right.
Episodic is fine when
cohesive.
you're chewing on something each week that's got you enough to do some water cooler discourse and shit. But it's too thin. Right. Yeah.
But with like House of the Dragon, great episodically. I feel like, but this
I would say even fucking X-Men 97, which was 28 minutes or something. There was enough, like there was, it was. I have to say that show needed to breathe a little bit, honestly, but still, that was great to just like, oh fuck, I can't wait till next week, and I have a lot to like chew on and think about and talk about.
I agree for sure. I don't know if. I don't know if they're like really reevaluating their properties right now, but
they need to take a break. Remember when they said they were going to take a break from Star Wars for a little bit, and then they didn't take that break.
Yeah, That's
Well,
true.
maybe
Take a
we don't
break.
know what they had in the pipe. They could have had. Oh my god.
I know the Acolyte was in the pipeline for a long
Yeah.
time. I think that
Skeleton Crew is coming up. Maybe
yeah,
they keep pushing it back.
yeah, maybe,
This-
but yeah, and that was in the pipeline for a while too.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they severely took a break with all of their movies, which I think is a good thing because if
Oh, yeah.
they're able to just like learn from the viewership that was going on with all of their TV shows and what people
Mhm.
don't like for sure, and especially just from like the sequel trilogy, then they can make Star Wars really cool again with
Right.
another trilogy. But right now, they need to just learn
Take
from
it.
Andor and realize that like the audience of the current day is just going to want something a bit more serious, still digestible for the kids, but leaning a lot more serious.
Yeah, and you can create both. You can have your little Jedis and this shit too.
Mm-hmm.
You don't
Pixar
have
makes family-friendly movies all day. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
right.
you can have a yeah.
Bunch of
I'm
little
balling.
friendly Star Wars
Balling
Yeah.
movies
Pixar
on
movies.
Disney
Yeah.
Plus. Yeah,
Yeah, make me
Just-
cry, Star
Yeah.
Wars.
Right. Yeah.
Let me
Right,
cry
yeah,
one
make
time.
me
I
cry.
fucking dare you.
I want one of those cries where I don't even realize I'm crying, then I'm mad. I'm like, oh,
Oh yeah, yeah.
how
I
dare
hope
you kill that?
do something like that.
I hope Origins is good. A lot of the best Star Wars lore and narratives have come from some of the video games. Knights of the
Oh,
Old
yeah.
Republic is fucking incredible.
Eclipse. Please put Eclipse out. Come on. What are you waiting for? I mean, yeah, that studio is problematic, but fire all those people and fucking release
what
the
studio
game.
is it?
I think they were Ubisoft. We all know they are a fucking
But
mess.
yeah. I mean, that's what Origins is going to be a Ubisoft game. So
Unfortunately, yeah.
Mhm.
but I'm okay with that because I'm fine with
They
a
make a good game.
Ubisoft Star Wars game, just because I like wasting time in Ubisoft worlds.
Mhm.
And they
Yeah,
have
I just be hanging out in Assassin's Creed. I'm like, I should probably do something else.
they have enough money that if the right people to get behind on the creative team, something substantial will come out of that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Terry is going to be here for like 30 minutes.
Nice. Did you
So
clean your apartment?
I'm doing that like right now. I just need to make sure that
I was going to say no. Well, I think this is actually a good place for us to leave off of because we pat yourselves on the back, fellas. We squeezed an hour and 31 minutes out of this bullshit.
Almost as long as the credits of an episode of The Acolyte.
Right?
Almost
I
as long.
just got
Damn.
here, so it's fine.
Right? Yeah.
As almost as long as the credits. Yeah, like what
That's
the fuck?
your fault.
Close to your runtime.
But thank you to everyone that's tuning in, whether you're watching on YouTube, Twitter, Discord. We appreciate having you here. Everybody that's going to watch later, thank you for tuning in and buoying those numbers. Like the fucking video. It helps us. It really does. Like Nine said, like it. Come on, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
It's what
free.
Yeah, click that.
please click it. But thank you to everybody that commented.
ASMR.
Send it to your mom.
Click the thing, please.
But yeah, thank you, Free One. Thank you, Scott Walker, Othelius. We love having you in here. Thank you for coming back. How am I blanking on your name? Because Michael, thank you for coming back, Michael. It's great seeing you back in the comments. Love it when you guys get really involved and give us, stuff to chew on because the show obviously doesn't. And,
yeah, Scott, thanks for those stumpers, man.
Right. Yeah. Right. I'll be thinking about those for a bit.
That got us to Peter Dinklage's Ghostface. So that was great.
It did. Yeah. And I think we have something there. So, yeah. Ben, where can the people find you?
This is a trap, but you can find me at alcove.club. You can also just Google, Ben Cortez. I'm Ben Cortez on Twitter and Facebook and everything. I got it first. So,
nice.
Yeah.
He's going to do it anyway. He loves it. It's like favorite film report.
It's part of the experience. I understand.
Are you done?
That's it. Yeah. Ben Cortez Ben Cortez. You can find me, Ben Cortez.
Jesus, 9. Are you done? All right. Jeez, 9. Where can people find you?
You can find me at 9nerdguards. That's on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok.
I can't find it.
It's like 6 down from the sound. You can find me and on we got a Discord where people just join up and talk a lot of shit. Did I say Twitter? I probably did. We had a great interview with Travis Bennett for House of the Dragon last week. That's on 900 Yards Nerds at Night and the Drunk Banthas channel. I think it was an amazing get. We didn't even really like interview him, but he was just very fun to have on and talk to while we talk about like Game of Thrones and stuff. Travis Bennett, that's young Taco of Odd Future and Dave fame.
That's the best kind of interview, though. The freeform hangout where you just kind of shoot the shit and get to know the person. And that's
more of those.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice.
Yeah, I hope he comes back on so I can actually be on there. But a bitch had family in town.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, Kirsten.
Oh yeah.
Why am I so rude? Oh Jesus, where the fuck are you? Okay. Kirsten, where can the people find you?
Damn, I thought you'd never ask.
Yeah.
Literally. You can
show up late.
Just bracing myself. You can find me. Oh, I beat the system. Fuck. You can find me on X, aka Twitter, aka Elon Musk's apartheid palace, as I like to call it. That's nice. Kirsten Cobb 1 on X or Twitter or whatever the fuck. I hate it. Instagram, it's Kirsten_Cobb. All of my social media is Kirsten Cobb. I am on this channel all the time. So yeah, you can find me here. Woo! There you go. Damn. All right. Thank you, nerds. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week for another, I hope, better episode of The Acolyte.
Yeah, nice.
Shit. Can't get any worse.
8 planes just crashed right outside your house.
Go outside, nerd. Get out.